Warning, the following video contains spoilers for this past Monday's Raw. If you have not seen Raw, please turn away now. This is your final warning. I'm not kidding. Turn back now and come back later. Enjoy the video.
1. A contract signing for the history-making Hell in a Cell match coming up at Hell in a Cell in just a few short days. Also, another great main event match for Monday Night Raw this week. Did the Cruiserweights make the top 5 after being left off the top 5 for the last several weeks? A tag team looks to gain traction, while another tag team cannot be denied. These are my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. Roll that beautiful footage. How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Dude Craven, and these are my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. This time it is for 10/24/2016. So without further ado, let's get this thing going. Number 5 this week, Cedric Alexander getting the upset win over the Bryan Kendrick. The Cruiserweights, as I said in the opener, have kind of fallen off the top 5 in the last few weeks. And this match wasn't necessarily spectacular. I was just surprised that Bryan Kendrick lost heading into Hell in a Cell, especially if he's looking to actually remain strong in his match coming up this Sunday against TJ Perkins for the Cruiserweight title. So it was kind of like Dana Brooke going over clean last week to Bayley on Raw. It was just weird. So we'll see what happens. Number 4 this week, Enzo and Cass won't be denied. I thought it was going to be more childish stuff with Gallows and Anderson when they cut their mics off, but it really wasn't. The crowd was really behind Enzo and Cass, and they finished their whole spiel for them. That was really cool. Like, they didn't even have mics, but they still finished, and it was really awesome because the crowd did it for them. I always think that's really cool when the crowd is that hot, and when the crowd is that hyped over a team or superstar. I really like that, and I think big things can happen for Enzo and Cass as long as WWE still gets behind them. Number 3 this week, the great match between Cesaro and Sheamus versus The New Day. It was a great tag team match, fantastic match all around. I think the announcer said that The New Day was like 50 days away from setting the all-time record for longest tag team run. I really hope they beat it because they're a fantastic tag team and they really deserve it. Going from the most hated heels of the tag team division to, well, I don't know if they were the most hated, but the most annoying tag team of the tag team division to now one of the most popular tag teams in all of WWE. So I really hope they break this record. I really hope they allow them to break that record and not let Gallows and Anderson get the titles at Hell in a Cell and let them break that record. Coming up short this week at number 2 is the main event triple threat match between Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and Seth Rollins. Great match all around. I'm telling you right now, Chris Jericho, even though he's one of the older veterans in the WWE, can still go. That guy last night was amazing. The whole match was amazing. The storyline after with Kevin Owens pop-up powerbombing Seth Rollins onto the ringside apron, that sets up a whole nother dynamic for Sunday. Is Seth Rollins going to be healthy enough to compete Sunday? You know, will he go in injured, which I'm sure he probably will. But it just sets up a whole nother dynamic. And man, it's gonna be good. But coming in at number 1 this week, the contract signing with Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Great stuff all around, even for Mick Foley with him giving his history inside Hell in a Cell and what it can do to your body. That guy has had some brutal Hell in a Cell matches with the likes of Triple H, with most notably The Undertaker at King of the Ring 1997. That was probably the most brutal Hell in a Cell I've ever seen. I didn't even necessarily get to watch that match on pay-per-view, but going back and watching it online and going back and watching it on the network, I'm surprised he's still alive at this point. I mean, that was just brutal. But honestly, though, and I was talking to a friend last week, and honestly, if it were the women with this women's revolution, who else on the women's roster would you want to be in the first Hell in a Cell for the women? The only names that come to mind are Charlotte and Sasha. That's it for me. 10 years ago, if it had been 10 years ago, hands down, Lita and Trish Stratus. Hands down. One question, though. This is my only question from last night and over the last several weeks. Are they going to refer to Charlotte as Charlotte Flair now? Because everything I've seen, from the little Titantron logo to her stuff, still says Charlotte. But the announcers, like Mick Foley this week, Lita last week, are calling her Charlotte Flair. I don't have a problem with that. It's just continuity error. If you're going to refer to her by her last name now, fix everything else. Fix her screen, fix her Titantron, fix all of that. Because otherwise you're just kind of mixing everything up. But still, overall, fantastic contract signing by Charlotte and Sasha. They bring it every single week. They get a microphone. Their promos are fantastic. Their matches are fantastic. They're overall, some of the best wrestlers. Men, women, I don't care. They're some of the best wrestlers in the business today. So, this match can go either way. It can flop, or it can just blow the roof off the place. It's actually going to be a part of the triple main event for Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns and Rusev, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, and Charlotte and Sasha are all going to be main event matches. So, this has a chance to just blow it out of the water. Let's check out some honorable mentions for this week. My honorable mention for this week. I really debated on whether to even put this in the video at all. But I thought if I didn't, people might gripe at me. So, Brock Lesnar answering Goldberg is my honorable mention for this week. Nothing really special about it. Honestly, it was probably one of the worst promos I've ever seen by Paul Heyman. I saw online reports that said that it did not go as planned. They tried to make him a heel, but it didn't go as planned. And Vince ended up cutting it short. That's why the music went off short, because he wasn't happy with it, and it just was not a good promo. But as I said, nothing really special about this promo. When Goldberg came back, and nothing really special either about Brock Lesnar coming back again. When Goldberg came back last week, that was the first time in 12 years. Brock Lesnar comes back whenever he needs his ego stroked because he doesn't put anyone over. Hate me if you want, but it's the truth. When's the last time he put somebody over? Like, cleanly put somebody over besides John Cena? That's the last person I can remember him putting over. Cleanly putting over. So, yeah. I just hope the WWE, but more importantly, Brock Lesnar, have enough respect for Bill Goldberg to let him get the win and go out on top. Because this is his last match. But then again, we all saw what happened with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Now, granted, I know that probably was not all Brock Lesnar, and I know Undertaker probably wanted to do it. But what's happened since? He's won. The Undertaker has won every WrestleMania he's been in since WrestleMania 30. So what was the point of him losing? There was no point in Brock Lesnar ending the streak at WrestleMania 30 if The Undertaker is just going to continue to win. There's absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. None. Enough of my ranting. Let's check out some pros and cons for this week. My pro for this week: the apparent repackaging of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I know Curtis Axel lost this week, but the fact that he had new trunks and and had mic time, and on top of that, a match that probably went 10 to 15 minutes with Bo Dallas, says to me they might actually get behind the Perfect Son once again. I wish they'd call him that, because he is the son of Mr. Perfect. The Perfect Son, Curtis Axel. Well, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Leave me a comment if you have a cool nickname for him. But I hope they get behind him. He's tremendously talented, and he's got a lineage to prove it. So, here's hoping. My con for this week: the arm wrestling match with Dana Brooke and Bayley. I agree with the crowd. It was so stupid. Bayley deserves so much more than that. Bayley is a former NXT Women's Champion and a leader in the NXT locker room before she left NXT to go to the main roster. And now she's regulated to arm wrestling Dana Brooke? Really? What in the world is the logic behind that? That's a waste of her talents. A complete and total waste. You got to get something else for her. I hope after this Hell in a Cell between Charlotte and Sasha that they put Bayley in the main event for the women's title. Because, man, she can go. Like, I've seen every single match with her and Sasha. I saw the match with her and Charlotte in NXT. I can't say anything bad about them because they weren't bad. They were really good. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fan of Bayley. Everybody knows who watches this channel that I'm a fan of Bayley. I love Bayley. I think she's tremendously talented and she's cute. Okay? She's adorable. She's just adorable. But, God, she deserves so much more than what she's doing. She does. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me for my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw for this week. Check back tomorrow for my top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live. And also, I'm going to be posting my subscriber challenge for Hell in a Cell coming up in just a few short days. It's going to be a really, really small number. I'm not going to tell you what that number is. I'm going to let you watch the video tomorrow. But speaking of numbers, I posted a video last week. It was my first ever music review of a local band here in town called the Lousianas. And I wanted to say a quick thank you to the Lousianas for sharing that video and for you guys for watching that video, because it is one of my top viewed videos on YouTube, on my channel. Not in YouTube history, but on my channel, it is one of my top viewed videos. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't watched it, click right here. Or here. I can never get that right. Click right here to watch that video. And let's get that number up. The highest viewed video on my channel is my very first video ever, which was the WrestleMania 32 review back in April. So let's try to beat that. That has like 62 views. This one has got 34 views. Let's try to top it. All right. Also, last week I posted a review of the Batman Telltale series episode 2. Yeah, 2, Children of Arkham. You can check that out right here. Check that out right there. And that's going to do it for my video for Monday Night Raw for this week. Like I said, check back tomorrow for my top 5 moments from SmackDown Live and my subscriber challenge coming up tomorrow as well. And coming up on Thursday will be my review of episode 3 of the Batman Telltale series, episode 3, New World Order. That's coming up on Thursday. I just got through playing it probably about an hour ago. Fantastic game. Loved it. Had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, but I'll talk more about that on Thursday. God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe. If you cannot click the links in this video, I'll have a link in the description where you can subscribe to this channel. Let's try to rock that number up and get more subscribers to this channel. All right. God bless you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review YouTube channel. See ya later.